Content warning, y'all. We have lots of fun making this podcast, but remember, we watch a lot of R-rated films, use language that reflects that, and joke about heavy topics to create levity around these themes. If that doesn't feel safe or could be triggering, please take care of yourself. We want you to have fun listening too. This also means we might not be suitable for children. Oh yeah, and we spoil the end of all the movies we pod about. Thanks for listening. Yeah, thanks. I don't like when you ask for kids. I didn't get that joke.
Welcome to the show, everybody. For those just joining us, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And welcome back to RW.
Okay. I'm taking over. It's the name of the show now. It's RW.
That's awesome. That's a good show, though. It's RW.
Welcome to the RWB.
B?
Yeah, like
In
the WB.
Cincinnati? Oh, okay.
You guys are dumb. I'm smart and funny.
Oh, sure.
Now I can't get the Les Nessman dropping turkeys out of a helicopter out of my head.
No. WKRP in Cincinnati had a famous Thanksgiving episode where the station manager thought it would be a good promo to drop live turkeys out of a helicopter.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. And they do a really great job of it because they just showed their reporter reacting to it. You know, you never see a turkey.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
That's so good.
very good.
That's really good.
Oh my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went to the windshield of a parked car!
And Les Nessman all by himself was my hero, probably autistic. He insisted that people, nobody had offices. They just had desks, like a bullpen. But he taped out an outline that he insisted people interact with as though it were walls and a door.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. You had to knock.
Amazing.
Like, it was so
That's
good.
amazing.
We gotta,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's streaming anywhere.
It's got to be streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
You got Tim Russ. No,
Oh,
Tim Russ is on Barney Miller. It's,
Wait, Tim Russ?
yeah, no, not. Oh boy. I've just really embarrassed myself.
Yeah.
It's Lonnie Anderson. It's...
Yeah, I've seen WKRP in
okay.
Cincinnati. I don't remember.
Why can I not remember the
Howard
main dude's
Hessman.
name yet? What's
Howard
The boss? The
Well, no,
manager?
the main... The DJ.
Johnny Fever?
Yeah, the
That's
main...
Howard Hessman.
Oh, okay.
Venus Flytrap was played by... It's the two guys I always get mixed up. One was on WKRP and the other was on Barney Miller.
Tim Russ is...
I know. Tim Russ is Tuvok.
From
Yes, I know.
Voyager, so... Yeah, you do...
Who's the guy that was on Serenity? Who played the
Oh, God, I
preacher
never
or whatever?
remember.
Oh, yeah. I know him, but I don't know.
Yeah,
he was
I
on...
never
Not
remember.
Serenity. Sorry, Firefly.
Yeah, he was
Well,
on...
both.
Fucking
He's in
A.
both
He
of
was
them.
Barney Miller, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Girl.
And Barney Miller had fish.
Yep. Which was spun off.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, briefly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. All true. Fucking A. And one of them was married to Felicia Rashad, I think.
What? Before
What do you
she
mean, what?
married Ahmad Rashad?
Oh, yeah, good point. Whoops.
Who's Ahmad Rashad? That name sounds made up.
It's Felicia Rashad's husband.
Oh,
Well,
finally,
okay.
somebody said something more racist than what I was saying.
What?
What are you... Are you looking at Barney Miller or are you looking at WKRP?
I'm doing WKRP for Tim Reed.
Tim Reed.
See? Not...
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
See?
Everybody?
Pretty
I'm not
close.
racist.
Yep. Oh, now I know who you're talking about. Okay. He played, it was, I don't know if you ever watched that 70s show, but it was Stephen Hyde's dad is who that guy is.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Not his real dad. I mean,
Well, yeah. No, I did.
but yeah, he played his dad.
I
on
don't
the
remember
show.
ever seeing his parents. Just,
Yeah. Yeah, because he had like he was all excited because he found out his dad was black.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then his so his sister comes out of that. It was more towards the end when like everything was kind of not jumping the shark, but they were
trying.
They were losing what's his face, the star of the show.
Yeah.
The Cooch.
Topher.
Oh.
Topher Grace. They were losing him because he was becoming famous, so was it just the last season or the last 2 seasons he went
I think just the last season.
Because there was one of those Seth Meyer, not Seth Meyer. One of those Meyer kids was like kind of took his place, and he was like had Farrah Fawcett hair and was I don't know.
Ron Glass.
Yeah, I'll never remember that.
Ron Glass. That's his name?
That was the shepherd on.
Oh, Ron. Okay, I knew that name sounded familiar.
And so he was the one on
Barney Miller. Yes. Serenity was Barney Miller. Yeah.
Serenity. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you for translating it for me.
So
I'm really turning into
as y'all can guess, we watched Trapped in Paradise.
Doy. The Doy.
Isn't that what we've been talking about the whole time?
Yeah. Starring none of the aforementioned folks.
Correct.
But it does have John Lovitz, Dana Carvey, Nick Cage, Medkin,
Amick?
Amick?
I don't know.
Wait, who's that?
The girl. The girl. The pretty girl.
Oh, yeah.
Daughter.
Midhian, who I never knew how to say her name until Keith.
I didn't even. That's funny because she's like one of the only like people I didn't look up on because I didn't give a shit.
She's barely in it. Like,
well, that's true. Midhian.
I'm just like, man, she's hot. I want to see her naked. But
I have to right. I have to say this.
we're all on board.
I love that everybody was like, yeah, right. No, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This is my first introduction to Medhian was she was in an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. It is, I think the episode is called the Dauphine or whatever. I don't know how to say
Yeah,
that
she's the one that bonds to Picard or whatever.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Who's that? That's Famke Jensen.
Dark Phoenix?
Yes. But
Famke?
Famke, yeah. It's in like season 2.
Oh wait, you guys, I gotta breathe. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Sorry.
Take a little
That's
meditation.
the worst thing about this stupid watch.
Meditation break.
It's like, and it does it while you're driving sometimes.
Oh my God.
It's like, take a moment to just meditate. And I'm like, dude.
You just crash your car.
Sorry.
Meditating. So
anyway, back to Femke.
It's the one where Wesley Crusher like falls for the girl who is like a dauphin or dauphin. I don't know how to say that name.
Is that like a concubine? What is that?
No, it's like a it's her, like she's not quite, she's like almost like a ruler or
That's
something.
right, yes.
Yeah. She's like an important person on a planet.
Oh,
she's
okay.
expected to like, I don't know, do something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's like a title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Correct. She has a companion with her. And now this, as a child, this sparked something. And I was like, oh, she had a companion with her that could shapeshift. Yeah, this 100% is my root. I was 2 at the time. So yes, this was my fucking root.
You were 2?
It came out in like 80. No, I
And
was
you saw it
probably
when
like
it aired?
87. I was like 2 or 3.
Do you remember that?
Because I've seen it so many times.
Oh, okay.
Like I've seen it many, many times. But I remember it made such a distinct impression on me. Maybe I was 3. Maybe it was like season 1 or season 2. So yeah, whatever. Anyway. So she has a companion that can shapeshift. And at first it's like an old lady, but then it shapeshifts into a little like teddy bear looking thing.
Right.
And then it shapeshifts into Medhian. And they're like best friends, you know, and they're like, they're being like, you know, not gay together. And when I was a very young child and I saw that you could have a best friend that turned into a really hot girl, I was like, this is really cool. I love this episode. This is a really fun episode. I don't know why I like it so much, but I just feel really, and I would literally, I had butterflies in my stomach. Like I had like truly like homosexual, like, you know, I was like, like she could have a pretty best friend anytime she wanted, you know. So that was my first introduction to Medhyen, and ever since then I'm like,
sold.
Oh, Med. Oh, Hyen.
She serves up a damn good slice of pie or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. She's from Twin Peaks.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
No, I can't. I don't think I could watch Twin Peaks.
Interesting. Why?
I just seem well, for David Lynch is always over my head, and I hate that idiot.
Yeah.
And I hate everything that he says in interviews. I can't stand him. I think Eraserhead is the dumbest fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God.
I kind of feel the same way about Stanley Kubrick. There's like one movie from each of those that I like.
I like Dune.
Yeah, but that one doesn't count.
I know. Right. People are like, oh, you don't like, I'm like, the only David Lynch film I like is Dune. And they're like, that's not a David
I want to
Lynch
watch
film.
this straight story.
What's that?
It's about a real life story of a guy whose brother's dying. And so.
Oh, is that a David Lynch thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what does this have to do?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. But based on a real story of a guy whose brother's dying or something, like in his family, he's old enough that his family doesn't want him driving or traveling alone. So he goes and buys a riding lawnmower and drives across the country.
Oh,
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Or Nebraska.
I watched Eraserhead because, like, you know, I knew you were supposed to, and I was like,
I only watched it because it was in the theater, and I was like, I've never seen this before.
Right. Everybody,
and every time I walked in to look at it, I was like, what is this stupid shit? Like, I just don't, I don't want
that's when I watched it, I think, because it was playing at the theater, and I never got a chance to watch it. And so I was like, yeah, I've never seen it. Someone was like, here, like, you should watch. They're like, you have to watch it. You know, like, it's just like one of those movies. I watched it, and I was like, oh my God. And I was just like, no, I just don't like David Lynch. I just don't like David
definitely, I think Highway is probably like the only.
Lost Highway?
Lost Highway, yeah, is like the only one that I
don't know if
really
I've seen
liked.
that.
And I think that's.
One.
Oh,
okay.
is it? I don't know.
It's just, he does this thing where, like, it'll
It's just the only one I remember that I was like, I think it was just at my right movie watching period.
Right.
Is Blue Velvet him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Blue Velvet. I tried to watch that. That was the first movie that I said, I don't actually need to finish a film. If I don't like it, I don't actually need to finish it. I stopped and I was like, you know what? That's okay.
That's all right.
I can just not ever finish this movie. Even though I paid money, even though I rented this film, I don't have to finish it.
Yeah.
I know this isn't my thing.
Because they're all like based on like weird obscure diseases or mental conditions or whatever. I'm not saying that. Yeah, like that's where I'm not saying like the people in the movie. It's not like a movie about a specific, but that's supposedly where the idea comes from. Is like he found this weird like I say mental illness or like super rare stuff. And so he wants to like bring it to film and like whatever, like Mulholland Drive, you know, I mean, like that's, I don't remember what the specifics were, but you know how, isn't that the one where he's basically like asleep the whole time or some crazy shit?
I don't remember.
Like, yeah.
That's the one where it changes halfway through.
Oh, that's what it was. Right. Yeah. But that's like a real thing that happens to some people kind of thing or whatever. But I just don't care. And I mean, when I see him like ranting about people watching movies on cell phones and all this kind of stuff, I just want to like, what?
Yeah, I don't have any patience for
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, I hate that. Hal Hartley, I think, had the best, you know,
Go figure.
I know. He was like, I was like so ready. I was reading this interview by Hal Hartley. He did Trust and he does like kind of weird stuff, but like not quite Lynchian style. And I read this article and he was like, people watch movies now like on their cell phones and on portable devices. And I was like, oh no, here we go. And he's like, so now I make movies that can be watched on portable devices because that's what people do and that's what you do. You work with it. And I was like, I was like, oh my God, of course you're going to be the one that like, you know, like many people.
He's also he never like had much of a budget to work with.
Yeah,
so of
right.
course he's going to be the most adaptable.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And like, that's, yeah.
One would hope anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. So what
So, yeah, what'd you guys think?
I mean, I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it.
I was going to say, I know RW loved it.
I did not hate it. I was expecting to be annoyed and sad and angered, and I was not.
I will say, I
was drinking for this one.
Well, that's true. You were. But I feel like I was like, I think I'm going to be the one that liked it the least. And mostly because it wasn't because of anybody's performance or anything, but it has so many things that I struggle with in movies where lies and people doing a stupid
lies.
Sorry. Yeah. I was like,
lies.
Yeah.
It's all about headlines.
I heard live.
Oh, okay.
That too. Everyone's alive in the movie. I just
really problematic. Struggle with that every time.
Yeah, they like. There's lots of lies. I struggle so hard with that. And also like they just like consistently like do a fuck up and then and you know and I'm like, oh, I can't. It's just stressful to me. It's not like I don't like. It's just it's not that I'm saying like those are bad movies. It's just like those are the most stressful situations for me. So I found myself a little more stressed than I was.
See. That makes sense.
You know, but I thought they were like. They were, I mean, I enjoy everybody that was in the movie pretty much. So
I thought it was as good as any other stupid holiday caper movie. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, being a holiday movie.
I feel like
it was probably
I'd watch this.
Great.
I'd rather watch this again than watch fucking A Christmas Story again.
Oh, seriously?
Right, yeah.
I've seen that one so many times. I probably haven't seen A Christmas Story in like 15 years.
Yeah.
And that I don't.
Too soon.
Yeah. It used to be because that was like every single year we'd watch A Christmas Story.
Oh God, really? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mind it the first 15 years. After that, it got a little tedious.
Yeah.
And then they started doing 24-hour marathons of it on like TBS.
Yeah.
And so they would just play and it would just run the whole, and I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Now,
I think it was the same guy folding ideas that did the Flat Earther video, you know? And your favorite 50 Shades series of videos.
A lukewarm.
Has one about how,
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has one about like how what people like about that movie is that it's boomers. People don't actually like the movie. It like produces like a feedback loop of reminiscing about watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Not reminiscing about like being a child in the 50s or whatever. It's just like a weird manufactured.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's kind of like, like the first new Star Wars thing, where it's like, it's a lot of fan service, but that's smart.
Yeah.
Because we're the ones that have the money and they're going to pay and go see it and probably go see it multiple times and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people complain about fan service.
Oh, yeah, that's so hard for me. I'm like...
It's a weird complaint to me.
I mean, that's the whole point. You're doing it's a sequel. It's like the same movie. Like, of course you're going to have...
I mean, I understand that you can overdo it if like that's
I can
all
be like,
it's doing.
I can be like, I can see being like, it was a lot of fan service, so it didn't... And but like a lot of the things... Because like there's sometimes like, certain stuff where it's like, there's certain like popular fan opinions that I don't share. So like sometimes fan service is like, oh, I hate this thing that they did and they're doing that for fan service and I hate that thing. So I didn't enjoy it that much, but it's not because it's fan service. It's because I don't like that thing.
Yeah. Right.
I like fan service. I want fan service.
I want to be serviced.
Only fan service.
By a fan.
Only fans. Serviced.
I just said only fan service.
Okay.
Just now.
Uh-huh.
And then
I only heard Keith say it, so
I said it before anyone else said anything.
I wasn't sure that's what you said, so I was trying to capitalize.
Whatever it is,
The answer is
no.
snow.
No.
That's true.
No. What? What are you talking about? Whatever it is that you want me to do, the answer's no.
Snow.
Yeah. There was this one time that Keith asked me to name he used to what was it? What was the game that you played?
It was Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter. And
I love that game.
He said
It's so fun.
he asked me to name a character, and so I said I named it. What is it?
The Answer. First name, The Answer. Last name, Snow.
Yeah. The answer is Snow.
Any relation to like Jon Snow? I don't understand. Like what?
So, and he told me.
The story's not done yet.
Like, he told me, like, a week later, he was like, oh my God. He was like,
check this out.
He was like, you won't believe it. He was like, I was playing the game. He's like, and I realized that at some point I named a character. The answer is Snow. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I really did that. And I was like, no, you did. I was like, no, I named it that. And he was like, what? I was like, you asked me to name a character. And I said that. He's like, no, what?
So that's now our shorthand for taking credit for the others.
Snow. Yeah.
Nice.
The answer is Snow. You're welcome, everyone out there. You get to hear a little bit of what it's like to be in a relationship with either Keith or myself. Or be in close proximity to either Keith or myself.
John Lovitz and Dana Carvey play two brothers who went to jail, the same jail, and are up for parole at the same hearing.
Yeah. But they did a different crime, right? Or was it the same crime?
You know, I don't remember.
I think it was, it was probably whatever. It's probably the same thing, I'm sure.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
But they also have.
But you know what I forgot about is the first scene is Nick Cage finding the wallet.
Right. With like $800 in it or whatever.
And a confession.
And well, after giving the money back.
Yeah, I kind of liked
giving
that.
the wallet back.
That was so that I liked that whole thing where he's like trying to like, he like goes to confession and he's like, I thought about taking the money, or like I kept counting the money, and he's like, I feel really bad, and the guy's like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
And but I like that because he's
how do you spell transgressions?
Yeah. How many letters is that? I don't know, like 13.
That was good. I want to say this though. This is a bit of trivia that I read.
Hell yeah.
Because Dana Carvey's doing a voice.
He sure is.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh.
Dana.
I mean, come on.
Dana Carvey based his character's speaking style on two people: film producer Brad Gray and a young Mickey Rourke. 20th Century Fox representative had to fly to LA to Canada, from LA to Canada, and tell Carvey to stop doing the voice. But Nicolas Cage encouraged him to keep doing it.
Well, I
Great
mean,
story.
Nicolas Cage's accent was, I've never heard him do an accent, I don't feel like, in anything.
Oh yeah, there's some weird ass accents going on.
He does one in Con Air. He has a southern accent.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah. I guess I just don't notice that because anybody can do a southern accent.
Well,
like, I mean,
everyone thinks they can.
I've never heard anyone, at least actor or whatever, that couldn't pull off a southern accent.
What, really?
Maybe one or two.
Oh, I have.
But not really.
I will say a lot of them are British.
Well, of course, but British, there's a reason that the Brits are so good at accents. I mean, it's because of their tongue. It's because of the way
I think they do
because of the way they speak.
Yeah.
They can
Well,
do
I feel
any
like,
accent. It's crazy.
I feel like British people, I can pick a British person out when they're doing an American accent so quick.
You are really good at it.
Yeah, because they do something with their R's. Like they have so much.
Because the American R is fucking weird and nobody else has it.
It's really hard.
Especially
we
English
pronounce
speakers.
it a lot more than they.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a guy on YouTube and he is amazing. He's a British dude. And he's like, he basically is just like giving tutorials on like different regional accents and stuff like that. I love that shit so much. But he knows so much. I don't know if he went to school about like anatomy type things or speech therapy or something like that. Yeah. But he knows like how the mouth works and how like,
like one part of the tongue is in.
Like we're a much like the Americans are much more tight with everything.
Yeah.
We're very purposeful and like attack and I mean, of course, harsh. Not everybody does that, but it's all very harsh and a lot of touching your tongue to things and doing all that kind of crap. Whereas they are very relaxed and just like
which is the opposite of like stereotypes about culturally.
Yeah.
About Brits versus Americanos.
Amerikanskis?
I would much rather be a Brit. I was going to say,
calm and carry on.
About his accent.
Yes.
It was very weird because it was like, I know it was supposed to be New York. In the beginning, I thought they were in Boston.
Right.
Because he does that
Yeah.
thing all the
It's
time,
like
like
they-
the caw kind of
That's
thing.
like Mexican does the same thing.
But everything else is obviously like supposed to be like a Brooklyn type accent, except certain words.
That was supposed to be New Jersey, where Mom and Cage live, but he's getting off the subway.
Well, no, because they were the first place they stopped when he did the fake phone conversation with his mom, like when Lovitz was talking on the phone with Mom, like, well, whatever, and saying that the cops were harassing her and all that kind of stuff. They were in New Jersey then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were, whatever. I guess they went through Jersey, which that doesn't really make sense because
If they're
going to
New York,
Pennsylvania,
doesn't it?
does it? I guess. I mean, if you go over to the side and down, I'm trying to think. I've only done that drive like twice, so maybe I'm crazy.
I've never done that drive.
But anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I don't know why.
But the accent was very weird. But I didn't mind
strange.
it. It didn't bother me.
Did you-
Like a lot of
did you say
times,
this?
stuff like
That
that bothers me. but-
Fucking Medkins is weird too.
Yeah, I felt
Hers
like they were
is
both
very weird.
I felt like they were both doing the same thing, where it would
Yeah.
like sound like they were doing a Boston accent,
Yes.
and then it would sound like they were doing a New York accent. But it was almost like when she was doing a Boston, he was doing a New York. When she was doing
Yeah.
New York, he was doing a Boston.
I
was
only
like,
noticed,
what?
like, the first time that you get introduced to her, I didn't notice it. Like, I just thought she just talked normal. Then every
Yeah,
other
like,
interaction,
when they're in the
it was
bank.
like hard. Yeah, when they're in the bank.
Hold up. Excuse me. Those are for the children. And you know the sign says take a pen, not take all the pen.
And then every other, like, all the interactions at the house
Yeah.
and, like, at the end and stuff was very,
yeah,
like, pronounced, like, like Boston,
yeah.
half New Yorkish
Yeah, what the fuck
kind
is
of
going on?
thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I was very confused by that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I like these people too. I like them too, and I wish that I could think of something to make this all better.
Maybe you're not thinking hard enough.
Well, as we'll come to learn, apparently the director is pretty just absent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He-
I didn't read anything about the director, so.
There's
Another
a thing
piece
in the
of
trivia, and then
According to John Lovitz, director George Gallo did not actually direct much and told the cast to do whatever they wanted. According to Lovitz, Nicolas Cage actually directed some of the film because Gallo refused to give direction. Imagine.
I mean, that kind of speaks volumes for the movie, though, really.
No.
I mean, it's like.
Apparently, everyone
It's
hated
kind of
it.
impressive,
Everyone,
actually.
This is where I was impressed. Everyone hated being there. They were so miserable. No one enjoyed the production of this movie. And I'm like, for that being the case, this isn't that bad.
Right, yeah.
Like, considering how much everyone was miserable, this seems like a successful, like, it turned into kind of something more successful. What are you looking up?
well, a lot of this I think comes from he did an interview in Lovitz did an interview with AV Club in 2010 where they go through his oeuvre.
Nice.
Yeah.
And,
Lovitz is a crazy person.
I know.
My favorite bit of trivia about John Lovitz is something you told me, where he got into like a fucking
yes.
yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like
I don't
we
know if
probably
we
talked
have,
about
but
it.
it doesn't matter.
So he was friends with Phil Hartman, and they were on SNL together. I think they were at the Groundlings together too. And then they both worked on news radio with Andy Dick, and Lovitz blamed Andy Dick for Phil Hartman's death because he believed that Andy Dick was the one who got Phil Hartman's wife to do drugs with him at like a Christmas party, and then because of that, she fell off the wagon and ended up, it was a downward spiral till she murder-suicided the two of them.
I feel like I've heard that before as well.
Yeah.
Like he owns like a club somewhere.
Andy Dick.
No.
Oh.
Lovitz.
Oh, okay.
And it's the club where like Kevin Smith did his podcast show, like the thing there. And so Lovitz would be on it all the time.
Uh-huh.
And they would talk about crazy shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but presumably they got into he and Andy Dick were in the same bar or restaurant or something and got into shouting match, and then Lovett slammed and he took his face into the bar.
Crazy. Andy Dick.
In fact, in this interview, when they get the news radio, he's like, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, nice.
And they're like, not at all. He's like, nah. Okay.
But really quick, Andy Dick has to register as a sex offender and is like serving like 6 months in jail.
Just now he's having to register as a sex offender?
Yes.
I imagine it would have happened already.
Yeah.
So this is Lovett's talking about Trapped in Paradise?
Mm-hmm. Which I keep wanting to say Trapped in the Closet, and I apologize to everyone.
Apologies to R. Kelly.
No, apologies to anyone that doesn't want to think of him.
Trapped in Paradise, Dave Furpo, 1994. John Lovett pauses. Well, I feel like I'm very fortunate to be in movies at all, but I called it Trapped in Shit. I love Dana, and Nicolas Cage was great, and we became friends, but the director, George Gallo, wasn't there. He wasn't directing. It was a bad time in my life personally because my father had just died December 25th.
Oh, wow.
And I'm up in the snow with no light. We did night shoots for 6 weeks. It was like 25 below. Everyone was fine, but after 6 weeks, the whole crew started going crazy because there's no light. It really affects your mood. Then we moved to Toronto, blah, blah, blah. It got better because they were in a studio and there was daylight. But the director would say, just do whatever you want. He was bragging about what a great director he was before he hired us. Quote, I'm as good as Rob Reiner and Martin Scorsese. End quote. This is George Gallo. I said, don't you think you should let other people say that? We never even got to read the script. He'd go, well, let's rehearse this. I'd go, oh, good. We get to rehearse. And he'd start screaming at me, do whatever you want. And I'd go, saying do whatever you want is not direction. 6 weeks in, Dana and Nicholas took over.
Wow.
We were doing the scene where we had to take these trash bags out from the trunk of a car and change clothes, and it was complicated.
Shit, I still got the keys to the vault on me.
Same time next year.
Nicholas was like, what do you want? And George goes, do whatever you want. Nicholas said, no. Nicholas ended up basically directing that scene because we had to choreograph it.
Yeah.
It's too much stuff in action. You can't just do whatever you want. You have to shoot a master, then you have to shoot coverage, you have to match everything, you have to plan it out. It's absurd. And the movie did horrible, but people like I've done a lot of movies where I thought, this will be fun, and it's a disaster, but then people like it. So you never know.
That's good. I had a lot of feelings because so not only had I not heard of it, if there's a movie that I'm unaware of or don't know much about, I leave it that way because I didn't watch a trailer and I had no idea what anything was about in this movie. So I didn't know that there was going to be a bank heist.
Yeah, me either. Did you?
I didn't either. I don't know that was in the trailer.
The trailer you watched, because apparently there was a trailer where they changed the words of Jingle Bells to summarize the plot.
Oh no, I didn't.
Is that the one?
I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like I might have just watched like a trailer with no sound, without the sound on, and probably stopped it after like 2 minutes because I just wanted to see
2 minutes.
I mean, not 2 minutes, whatever, 10 seconds.
2 hours.
Because I just wanted to see if it looked familiar.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
And it didn't. So yeah, I didn't know the premise at all when I started. So
yeah.
And I kept calling it Strangers in Paradise, which is a totally different movie.
Did you have more?
Yeah, I was just gonna say because I was a bank teller, so I just kept thinking of all the ways that like
it was inaccurate.
Yeah, like I'm sorry,
but
I don't know. I can kind of argue with you on that one.
Well, no, I'm gonna say
shit, it's heating up in here.
I'm gonna say this. I mean, it wasn't inaccurate in the sense that it's a small town. Like I thought the realities of it being like a small town bank and like all that stuff, that's real. I think that's like probably the most realistic like explanation. However, I'm like, ooh, they wouldn't do a delivery on Christmas Eve like that. They wouldn't.
Yeah, it seemed pretty dumb.
Yeah. Well, they just wouldn't do it because the bank wouldn't be open on Christmas Day. And if they're coming in like later in the afternoon, like it was like lunchtime, like a lot of the people that were like getting Christmas loans or whatever it was, or like doing Christmas stuff, like that's way too late. And I was like, ooh. And also,
I don't know that I realized that it was Christmas Eve.
I didn't.
I
think
just
about
assumed like it was a day before, like whatever, before it all even happened.
Well, yeah, just because they kept talking about it being Christmas Eve and stuff, but I didn't think about it until it was like close to, like, I think they were like, tomorrow's Christmas or something.
I didn't understand the explanation of like why they had the money, because he started, everybody puts away a little extra.
I know, yeah, I didn't understand. I'm like, well, then it should already be in the bank.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need a delivery.
I can't pretend to know too much about these matters. However, if what you say is true, which I'm sure it is, then how could the bank have so much cash on hand?
Well, that's the worst part of it. That's a once-a-year deal. Over the years, I've persuaded everybody in town to open up a little Christmas club account. You know, nothing much, but at the end of the year, everybody has a few extra dollars. It adds up. Gives everybody a little extra security and pride. Kept Main Street alive. Not this year. No, sir. Not this year.
I don't know. I just ignore shit like that, I guess.
Yeah. But it reminded me of, so they have the bank vault and they have like a key or whatever. I don't know how old the bank I worked at was. It wasn't like new, but it had like an old vault door. And the vault door was set on a timer that could not be unlocked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I think this is...
Oh, yeah. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, I'm saying where I worked, it was an old door, but, like, it was still set on a timer. Like, it wasn't, like, an old door, like, 15 years old. I mean, like, it was, like, old, you know? It looked, you know, it was, like, brass and shit like that, you know? And it had, like, the whole, like, you know... But, like, you had keys that you could open it and close it, but the doors, if you did not close them yourself and lock it yourself, the door would automatically shut at a specific time, and it could not be unlocked until a specific time.
Damn.
So if you were in the vault and it locked,
you're fucked.
That's it.
You're Burgess
locked
Meredith
in the fucking vault. Yeah.
Burgess Meredith on the
Which I'm not
nuclear
saying.
apocalypse.
I'm not saying that that's how all banks are. I'm just saying that was.
Well, no, I know.
That was always that was like a stressful thing about working in the bank, like being like, okay, well.
Did anybody ever do an Indiana Jones and like try to do it, time it right at the last minute so they could slide?
No, absolutely. Well, first of all, no one wanted to be there that long.
I don't know.
Being in a bank is a very unpleasant thing. Also, basically, you'd get in a lot of trouble if you weren't finished by a certain time. And yeah, I think the interesting things that felt accurate was like when they brought and they were like, we have $270,000 or whatever. And I was like, no, that's accurate, because like people would think that there was like millions of dollars in the bank vault, and never.
Yeah.
There was like, it was like if the threshold was like over 200,000, we had to sell. Like we had to and I mean, again,
who'd you sell to?
Other
branches or something?
No, we would basically the Fed.
Yeah, okay.
So we had to get the money out of our bank. It would still be ours. We would just here, you hold it for us. Yeah, basically. And there's like all kinds of limitations, but it seemed realistic because I'm like, yeah, 270,000. Also, it would be vastly less than that unless it was like $1 bill. 270.
I know they have all those bags.
$270,000 would probably look like that.
Like if it was hundreds.
Well, I mean, if it's 20s, yeah, like that. Just yeah. If it was hundreds, it would just be like a few stacks. If it was 20, huh? Well, yeah. If it was,
is that right?
But I mean bills. But the stacks are like yeah. But if it was 20s, like I've had like thousands of dollars, like $80,000 or something like that in 20s. And that's so much. So like like it's so much, like, so it's like that the amount is like, like I don't know, like there had to been like one bag of 20s or one bag of hundreds, one bag of 50s, and then one bag of 20s for that to make any kind of sense. I mean, the amount that they brought in.
I see.
Yeah. Because you know how they say like $1 million in small bills.
Yeah,
in movies, they always say, I want $1 million in small bills. No. I think I dreamt probably because of the movie. I think I dreamt that I was working at the bank and someone was like, here you go, $2 bills. And when I looked, they were just like, they weren't even real $2 bills. It was like McDonald's money or something. Like, it's like, and I was like, what? And someone's like, I just keep it because it's novelty money. And I was like, it's not even.
It's accurate though.
It's very
how people treat $2 bills and fucking.
Oh man, people love giving $2 bills out at Christmas. Ugh. That shit. Oh my God, that was my least favorite thing. We would have to order. We would have to special order $2 bills at Christmas time.
Wow.
Because old people would come in and request $2 bills.
Yeah.
They could give them out at Christmas.
To the grandkids.
And I was like, no, why? Nobody wants a $2 fucking bill.
I mean, I always carry a $2 bill, so fuck all.
Okay, why though?
Because I love $2 bills. My mom worked at a bank for like 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, at a bank much like the one in this movie. Like it was an independent.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a
remember when that used to
a thing
be able to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even recently they were still independent.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, within the last,
at
least within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
That specific bank, you know, that your mom worked at?
One of the ones that she worked at, yeah. And, yeah, you know, I mean, they moved into a new location or whatever at one point, and like dad has the banker's desk.
Oh shit!
Out in the garage. That thing weighs like 3,000.
Oh my God, those are so specific. Those are like, I love that shit.
And the chair and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of why. Well, but that's kind of why I'm like I can probably argue with some of those points that you're making because like the safe thing, you know.
Oh, I wasn't
considering.
saying,
well, I don't mean. No, I mean they were all they were always on a time lock.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a bank that didn't have a time lock.
Yeah. But
that also requires power. And they did, you know, they show you the thing with the security system. So like, who's to say that shit, anything in there works that's for security
they had the lasers or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Well, that could have been a different system. And I don't think vaults have lasers.
No.
I've never seen anything like that. That's weird.
Well,
that's just how they got caught.
Part of my job when I worked at the bank, I worked inside the vault.
Yeah.
So if there were like
installing lasers?
No, I'm saying like I worked inside the vault and I had to go in and out of the vault all day. So you know, you'd have to like that would be like really.
Well, they were tuned to your DNA.
Oh, that's true.
Or you just wear foil around your ankles.
Yeah, there you go. Mirrors. Just have a little disco ball on each side.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Rainbows.
Yeah,
it would refract the light.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with any of that kind of discrepancy shit.
Oh,
I don't know. I just don't.
I know.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you guys know that. I'm like, that's why I like every movie.
Yeah, but you notice how I'm mad about it?
I know you're not mad. Oh, I know you're not mad about it.
It's true. I just like noticing that stuff. I think it's really fun to notice. It feels like it
just makes me feel superior.
Well, but it also makes me feel like I'm good at paying attention to stuff, or that I would be good at filmmaking because I notice these things. Yeah. Also, I mean, this is gonna sound really.
No, it adds for me. It adds a layer of enjoyment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is like because I'm a writer, I try to like notice those things, and I'm like, oh, like I probably should like that's something to keep an eye out for, like because it's something that's like if you are watching something and you're like thinking about the plot, you're thinking about this or you're thinking about this, and you're like, oh, well, if that happened there and that happened there, like that's like a whole. And if they don't explain it, like that's something that it could fall apart. And people get really shitty about that. Like if you have any, like, you know, like as much as you can be like, it's a movie, like it doesn't really matter. I don't disagree. But like when you're writing something or creating something, people love to be like, this is a piece of shit because you, like, I don't know. I remember like I saw Stephen King. He I don't know. He was talking about how he tries to get things right. He was like, but you fuck up sometimes. He was like, and I can't remember who it was. I can't remember the like Robinson Crusoe or something, some famous thing where he takes all his clothes off, dives in to the water, goes to find the treasure, and then fills his pockets with treasure.
I mean,
and he's like, how did he do that? You know, like, how did he do that?
His prison pocket.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Hey-oh.
So, you know,
the old
like
prison wallet. I mean, you know, you put all kinds of shit in there.
I'm finding out stuff like that. It's more exciting for me where it's like, oh my God, like, oh, you know, and it's
I mean,
also,
just look at Shakespeare.
Who is she?
I don't know what's going on.
What you got in your notes there?
I got a bunch of shit in my notes, but
bring it.
There's nothing to bring. We haven't even got to the fucking town yet.
Okay, well, bring us there.
Yeah. Give us all your notes.
We're in the town.
Yeah.
No, there was just the what's her name? Not what's her name. Oh, the kid when they do the hard R. Mm-hmm. When they run it, they almost hit the horse with the kid on it.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, oh, is he?
Yeah.
There's an N word.
I was like, oh, that's it. No, an R word. R word.
Oh, that. Well, you said hard R.
Yeah.
Right. How would that be an N?
Well,
hard R.
Because,
what? Okay, anyway. I don't know. What's a hard R then?
It's okay.
What is that?
It's like the difference between
no, it's not you.
Between A and an R. Like if you're saying the N word, there's A and then there's a hard R.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I understand that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, R word.
Yeah.
And then it gets used again, but in a little bit more of a
playful way.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't think either of them were derogatory in any way. You know, he was just asking, and that was 1994.
Yeah,
but then the second time it was a lot more.
Yeah.
I guess clinical would be kind of the word. Whenever they said something.
Yeah.
I don't remember because they were like mentally.
Yeah. I was gonna say that used to be what
was
you
it
said.
About? It's about the
deputy,
the sheriff's
kids,
kids.
the deputy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. It's just the one that was riding the horse, and if you look at him, I looked him up.
Yeah. He's from Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
Was it him, not the redhead kid?
He's in the guy.
Yeah.
He's in most of that dude's movies.
Oh shit!
The guy that did Silence of the Lambs.
Shit! No, David Fincher
what?
Got you, both.
Ted Demme, is that what it is?
I think so.
Jonathan Demme.
Demme.
Jonathan Demme.
Fucking
that's right.
Christ!
But anyway, so I found this interesting thing on IMDb.
Jonathan Levine.
Well, because there's nothing really on IMDb. I mean, it shows his movies and stuff, but there's no about me. It's not even he was born in this year and all this kind of stuff. And then
Then you found his Facebook.
There's a picture of him. Hold on. I took a screenshot so I didn't have to look it up.
Nice.
Where the hell? Oh, here it goes. Okay. So there's it's not a screenshot of him, but it says, did you know, trivia, he's a regular in Jonathan Demme films. Okay.
Nice.
Just like Hugh Lazarus.
Trademark googly eyes on IMDb. I was like, motherfucker, that is crazy.
That is crazy. Googly eyes.
Are you taking a break to take a tinkle?
Who has the pee-pee? Okay, we're going to take a break real quick. Be right back. So, how about this movie?
Yeah, it was fine.
I loved it.
Okay, I'm not saying that we have to be over or anything, but is this a movie that you would recommend?
I'm not. So, if you're someone who has to or feels compelled to or enjoys watching a holiday themed film, around the time of the said holiday, I say put this in the rotation.
For sure.
It's as good as just about any other fucking
I agree.
kooky Hollywood comedy, holiday comedy from the era, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Nicolas Cage, so yes, I would highly recommend it.
And we forgot to mention this. Richard Jenkins is in this movie. Fucking
RJ.
My boo, Richard Jenkins. Love him.
I laughed
him.
I did watch the same channel that was the one talking about the deleted scenes from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Has a video about this movie. Mm-hmm. He has a series called Almost Cult Classics.
Almost.
But it totally fits. I'm like, this could have easily been Home Alone if the timing had been different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
seriously,
like, as far as popularity.
It's kind of grown up Home Alone. It's just like a bunch of hijinks and getting out of trouble, sort of. Yeah.
And I kind of like the premise. Well, I'll come back to that. But he said, the first time he brings up Richard Jenkins, he says, the ageless Richard Jenkins.
Right?
Because the first time he shows up in the movie when we were watching it, you were like, how does he look the same now?
Yeah. And you were like, that's because he was
He's 25 in this movie.
There. I love Richard Jenkins.
Zaddy.
I think I really, I saw him.
Just scene when he's just fucking with the hat. He's just got the hat on. And anyway.
And they're like, so-and-so. And he's like, what? This was really good. Anyway. I think seeing him in the interview he and Laurie Metcalf, it was like actors interviewing actors or whatever. There's this thing where they just put two people together, and I was like, oh my God, I love him. But also seeing him in whatever
The Shape of Water.
The fish fucking movie. That his performance in that was like, oh my God, fucking ruined my life.
FML.
RML. Ruined my life. FRML.
ROFLMAO.
Copter.
BBQ.
BBQ. What about you? Would you recommend this movie?
You already said yeah.
Yeah, I already said
did.
yeah because Nicolas
God.
Cage is in it.
You motherfucker.
And it's like I think it's the first movie with Nicolas Cage, that psycho thing in it, where he does, because when he's talking to that, who is it? Is talking to the guy. Oh yeah, when they're buying the masks and the sunglasses, and he's got those sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And the guy asks him, I can't remember. Did he say the thing? Oh yeah, when he was asking him about the thing, and he was like, "Yeah, we're just passing through." And then the guy repeats it or something, and he's like, "Just passing through."
You boys here for the Winterfest? No, we're just passing through.
Just passing through.
Just passing through.
I was like, "What the fuck?" That's perfect. It's beautiful. I love.
My favorite Nick Cage moments in this film are it's early on when they're driving, I think, and they stop, and he's saying that he's going off on John Lovitz about your who me face or whatever.
I know how your mind works. You know exactly what you're doing, and the whole time you stand there with this who me expression on your face.
And then where's the three of them? What is it? It's by the time Dana Carvey has the tall pointy hat and the fucking blanket or shawl or whatever fuck he's wearing, but Nick Cage does it pointing.
Oh, yeah.
And then Lovitz does it back to him.
Yeah.
What you have is paranoia.
Yeah.
And he does it like the crazy Nick Cage thing. I was like, this is great.
And then Dana Carvey's like, man, we should just go.
I'm getting this feeling that you're not telling me something.
Yeah, well, this feeling you're getting is paranoia.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, think again.
Come on, let's just go.
I like Dana.
He looked like he had to pee the entire movie.
Carvey?
Yes. That face, that scrunched up, kind of weird,
Yeah,
you know what he's doing? He's doing
what?
French Stewart.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Or Harry, was that who he was in Third Rock from the Sun?
Harry.
Wasn't that the character's name?
Really?
Was it Harry? Yeah, I think that's right.
Really?
That sounds about
I
right.
think.
All right. Continue on.
Oh yeah. Also, I fucking love the kleptomaniac shit. Dana Carvey.
Oh my God, he
when he
really
stole
did
the
that.
fucking prize out of the Captain Crunch in the store.
I love the part.
And then when he was trying to walk away, and he's like, I'm like, oh my god.
I like the part where he's like, stop, he's like, you're gonna get he's like, we're trying to rob a bank, and you're gonna get us caught for like, whatever. And then he's just, all the stuff he starts taking out of his pockets, and he's just like.
I know, it's always so innocent. Like I don't understand.
It keeps
yeah, I
going.
don't understand why
God.
this is wrong.
It is Harry.
Harry Solomon, yeah.
Would have never guessed.
Yeah.
I like that scene that you just described where he's like, you're going to get us busted for shoplifting or whatever. Because then Dana Carvey goes, and then Nick Cage just goes, what? And you can see Dana Carvey fully turns his face away from the camera towards Nick Cage. And I swear it looks like he's about to crack.
I love it.
Just goes,
yeah, I felt.
and then it cuts away. So
Right.
Yeah, I feel like, well, this movie came out the same year as, I think It Could Happen to You. Is that what it is? Is that hang on, let me
Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who, it also has Richard Jenkins in it.
Oh, yes.
But,
All right, who the fuck is Richard Jenkins? Jenkins.
Oh, he plays the FBI agent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I was like, he didn't look young in that movie.
Right, exactly.
Oh, okay.
He looks
Exactly.
the same
Well,
now.
yeah, he looks. Yeah, okay.
And so it's been like 30 fucking years and what? Anyway, I loved that movie. It Could Happen to You. I used to watch that movie all the time.
Never seen it.
I don't know
Rosie
which one is
Perez.
that.
It's
The
yeah.
lottery.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I fucking loved that
I was
movie.
big into Rosie Perez.
Oh, I love Rosie
as a
Perez.
younger
I
as a
love
younger
her.
male weirdo.
And I didn't know she was ever a younger male weirdo.
The weird ass way, like her weird ass accent.
Oh God, I
is
love
so
her voice
sexy.
so much. I love it.
She's in
New York, Puerto Rican accent.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a nasally lispy kind of
I
thing.
love
yeah.
it so much. I love it.
Like
I love her
when
voice.
she was in
White Man Can't Jump.
No. The newest Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
So so awesome.
She's in
and
this?
she still
Yes.
looks so good.
I know. What the fuck?
She was in the flight attendant,
Flight
right?
attendant. Yeah, she was so good in that.
So good.
She was good.
Best
in that.
character.
Huh?
My favorite character.
Yeah.
She was not in Trapped in Paradise, however.
She was.
She should have been.
Sadly.
She should have been. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been so
You
much
know who is
better.
though? Florence Stanley, the mom.
Yes, the mom was amazing.
Oh my God.
And so
Oh my
was
God, this-
Mrs. Anderson,
this-
Mrs. A.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like that.
When she
That's the kind of spirit we need.
when he says like Edna, is it Edna?
Oh yeah.
And she's like Edna.
What are we sleeping together?
What are we sleeping
Oh,
together?
yeah, that's
I was
right,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, like that whole scene was. I was like, this is the best part of the fucking movie.
Can I ask you a personal question? What were you doing 5 years for? Stupidity?
Hey, Edna, how would you like to ride in the trunk of the car?
Edna, are we sleeping together? I think not. You call me Mrs. Furpo, goddammit.
Come on, Caesar, don't aggravate the old witch.
I wish I was a witch. I'd shove my broomstick right up your ass.
Longtime listeners will note that Edna was my mother's name.
Oh.
R.I.P. Edna.
Both.
And what was the beginning? Like whenever they first got out of jail and came home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's like, kind of like being shitty about like, I really miss having the nice things and all this kind of stuff and whatnot. And I'm just like, come on, lady, what the hell's going on?
Give me some more.
No wonder.
Give me some more of that cream corn.
Yeah, that
Mom.
cream corn. Yeah.
And as you pointed out, there's like 2 pieces of corn on the
Yeah,
spoon.
Yeah, those spoons were, except there was one, the last scoop for Carvey
Yes.
was massive.
Yes.
Like
That was
normal.
it. The rest of them were like.
And then she goes to scoop some for Lovitz again, and it's still just like a dribble. Like 2 kernels of corn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what I know her from. I think she's one of those people that has been in everything for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's one of those character actor type that just is so good they get lost. Like you never know who they are. Because I had to look her up.
Which one? Which one are we talking about?
Florence Stanley.
Yeah.
Mama.
Edna.
Like I wrote it down in here somewhere. Oh, God.
What?
My Two Dads. She was the judge on My Two Dads.
Weird.
The judge?
Yeah, who was like a regular part of their lives. She's the one that
shit.
decided to give them joint custody or whatever.
Wow.
That's probably why.
Wait, what was the premise of My Two Dads?
If I remember right, it was like they both had slept with the same woman around the same time. They didn't know each other previously, and then she died. And then that's how they both find out that they were potentially the dad. And the judge is like, oh,
right.
Raise her together. She needs two parents.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's very weird, but yeah, definitely good.
I love
definitely
that though because
forcing a gay agenda.
Yeah, exactly. I love that because I would never fly now. People would be like, oh. If my mom was watching it, she'd be like, I like this because they're not gay. They're not gay. And everyone's gay now.
Completely off topic of this discussion, but I enjoyed the premise of the idea that they keep trying to escape and then out of everyone's niceness, they just keep getting pulled back into the town.
I love the wholesomeness of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, this is the only, well, there were two things that bothered me in this movie. One was
John Levis. The other was Dana Carvey.
No, when they first walked into the bank, or when, not they, but when, well, was it all of them? I don't remember, whatever. When they first went in the bank and Nick Cage noticed, like the security guard and the thing and whatnot. And he just, like, when they left, he was like, if I had a gun, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, that's kind of contradictory to, like, the beginning of the movie. He was just automatically like, oh, we're robbing this fucking place.
Yeah.
And then the other part was whenever they, flipped their car and whoever was it, his nephew or something, like the bank manager's nephew or whatever, picked them up when they were in the car.
Yeah.
Well, even actually before they were in the car, but especially once he started singing Christmas carols, why they didn't punch him and take the car and just fucking get out. Because, they were trying to leave, right?
Yeah.
Like, they were criminals.
Yeah.
A man's got to have a code.
Well, but I'm not saying kill him.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know why they wouldn't have just knocked him out and taken his car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
I'm sure something else could have easily brought them back to the town, but, like 4 left turns. 4 left turns make a circle?
Oh, man, that was good. I was like, that's some me shit, honestly.
I looked and he said, that's what the map said to do.
I know.
Right.
I like that, too. That's some me shit. Also,
Also,
I'm going to say this. I hate making left turns, so I would make 4 right turns.
Oh, God. Speaking of car shit, whenever the getaway, when Carvey's like sitting in the car and they come running out of the bank and he takes off.
Yeah,
we went
back because I'm like, what is supposed to have happened here? Was this supposed to be a mistake? Was he practicing?
Yeah, they were both mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Like, because he was practicing and he was like, revving the engine, and whatever, and it just, I don't know how it went into gear, but whatever. And he just takes off and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then he goes to the next one and then causes that big wreck.
Yep.
And then the still drives away again.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, is he going to do it again?
I love
and
that.
They get in, and then the cops start chasing them, and then they're singing or whatever. What was it? Oh, yeah. Nick Cage was like, cops are coming after us.
Oh, yeah.
It was, oh, my God. Well, he's, trying to tell him to go.
Yeah.
It was one of those, like, facetious, like, go, cops are coming after us.
I like how many continuity errors there were with the cars, because like you pointed out, it's the car that Jenkins is in. When it hits the tree, there's one person in.
Yeah, there's like, it's like Richard Jenkins, and then there's like 2 or 3 people in the back seat, and there's like a driver.
And then the driver, he's not even driving.
And when they crash into a tree, and there's literally
inexplicably
one person
also
in the car. Like there's no one.
Oh, that was the most out of nowhere. Like I didn't even see it. Like my head kept going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I thought we were like still gonna. I was like, there's a tree. I don't understand. Like, what?
Yeah.
They've already been running through the woods and jumping all these fucking snow ramps and shit. Like, Where's the tree?
Also, apparently, that car of Jenkins just changes color. It's like a different color several times.
Right, yeah. I think it was like a dark car when they were chasing them, and then suddenly it was gold. And it was like, what? I mean, considering there was no director and they could do whatever they want, not super surprising there.
How about that Infinity, though? That sweet Infinity.
That Q45? Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Is Infinity still around?
I noticed that. I mean, oh my God, yes. They make some of the most beautiful cars you've ever seen, man.
Well, not that I've seen.
The like the G36. Well, it's Infinity is to Nissan what Lexus is to Toyota. Why are you laughing?
Because that's almost verbatim what I said last night to Z.
Oh,
I was like, remember Infinities? And Z was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I love it. I've wanted an Infinity. I don't really like the Q45. I don't like most of the Q series ones. Mm-hmm. But the G ones, oh my God, they're so gorgeous. Fucking love them.
Like a G6.
Yeah. No, that's an airplane.
No, it's a Google phone.
No, that's
Pixel.
The Pixel, yeah.
Which you can erase things now. Aren't you excited? Don't you want to get a new one? Because
erase things. I was gonna get one, but then I got impatient and got that stupid iPhone. And now, because of that, have an Apple Watch and and AirPods and all that stupid shit.
Nice.
That's how they get you.
It all works beautifully together, and I love it.
And tells you to take a breath when you're driving.
Well, that's true. It does try to kill you sometimes.
Tells you close your eyes and.
It also freaks me out when I'm like listening to the headphones because they have this like spatial awareness thing or some shit. And so like when you turn your head, like the music kind of stays.
Oh.
And then like comes around like you're at like a concert or some shit like that. And it freaks me the hell out. I think I've finally gotten used to it. Like it doesn't, but when I first started listening to it, I would imagine that would
fuck with people's balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh no,
your inner ear.
Again, until you get used to it, it definitely throws you majorly off. It's weird. Like, it's great when you're sitting down because you're like, oh, wow, this is really neat. You know, you're playing with it and stuff. But then, when you go to the grocery store and you put in your headphones because you don't want to be bothered by anybody. Yeah. And you're walking around and you, like, look down the aisle and you're like, what's happening?
You know, what's so wrong about being bothered by someone? I'm tired of this isolation culture. Everyone's got their heads down, their dicks out, their hands in their pockets, their little booties pointed towards the microphone.
Didn't even make any noise. I hope it comes through as just.
Oh, that would be perfect actually with that little rant.
Hush, little baby.
Little baby.
We kept racking our brains like the guy there because there's also the subplot of the guys that run the store.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a weird thrown in kind of thing. I liked them too. Like I think they could have been a really good part of the thing, but
yeah, I agree. But that one actor seems so familiar to me.
Yeah,
I could not figure him out.
The smarter of the two. Yeah, I guess. I know somewhere I wrote down. I'm Fred Flintstone. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Who are you? I'm Fred Flintstone? Yeah.
Somebody wakes up. Is it when Dana Carvey wakes up from drowning?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, probably.
How about the shit when at the beginning when it's right after he picks him up from jail, and then Dana Carvey's already stealing out of the cash register, and then
that killed the shit out of me when he looks over and he's like, just I know, and every time he steals, he's like orgasmic.
That was good. That was a good Dana Carvey face.
Thank you. I give good Dana Carvey.
No, I like the shit he does. Pulls on the cops.
Freeze, goddammit! I'll shoot! Sergeant Dickman, off-duty Queens. What is your name, rookie?
Birdie.
I got the mayor up my ass on account of punks like you. So stop jacking off, get the car, and pick up this scum.
Okay.
Move!
Yes, sir.
I just enjoyed that he pulled one over on the stupid-ass cops. Dumb cops.
But also, that was the downfall That's what got him to go to Pennsylvania in the first place, because because they told him he dropped his wallet.
Right.
And, and whatnot, and then made up that crazy story. Got it. I also wrote down, I would totally let a person die before that horse.
Right? Oh my God. That horse. As soon as they did that, I was like, no.
Oh, I see. Yes. I heard it the other way around. Oh. I'm like, what do you got against that horse?
No, that was like a gorgeous horse. Like
it was.
Is
that the same horse that the dude falls off
at the beginning? Yeah, that same. Yeah.
It's like is it like a Clydesdale?
It's not a Clydesdale, but it is built like a Clydesdale. It's got to be some kind of.
It's not your regular ass police horse.
Yeah, definitely not a police horse. It's a workhorse of some sort. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, because it's a big, huge, massive, like muscular, crazy horse.
It looks like a drawing of a Trojan vase.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that Timmy was the hero.
Timmy! I don't know who I'm doing.
You're doing
Deputy Timmy.
Was he?
It made me cry.
Oh, because he covers for them? Is that what it is? In his union suit? In his long johns sitting there?
In his long johns.
Oh, Donald Moffat is the guy that plays Mr. Anderson. And he's another person that I feel like I've seen.
He's definitely been.
But I just kept naming people that he reminded me of.
Yeah.
And they all seemed, you agreed with all of them.
Yeah. You said he looked like James Woods and...
Lloyd Bridges?
No. Zephyr Cochrane.
Yes, James Cromwell.
James Cromwell, like the two of them mixed together, and I was like, yeah, okay, I could see that. And then you said he had some Leslie Nielsen and some Papa Bridges. And I was like,
have another one too?
No, that was it. And I was just like, yeah, those are really...
Those fucking eyebrows though, huh?
I know.
Who's Papa Bridges?
Lloyd Bridges.
Father of...
Jeff and...
Dennis Quaid. Jeff and Bo.
Bo, okay, that's why I was like, wait, I thought Lloyd was the brother, but Bo was the brother.
Bo.
That's right.
Bo
brother.
Yeah.
Bo Bridges.
Imagine, yeah, like Lloyd and Jeff, and then Bo. Like Bo is. What?
Well, I'm sure it's for like Beauregard or Bocephus or something.
Still.
Did I make? I think I just made up the idea that they're from Louisiana. I have no idea if that's the case.
Oh, I have no idea where.
Probably because of the Fabulous Baker Boys, which we're gonna have to do for this show.
Okay. Is that an '80s movie?
Late '80s, early '90s. I don't remember.
Yeah, somewhere around in there.
It's as far as I know. I'm sure there's others, but it's the two brothers and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Maybe it's been forever since I've seen. I definitely
haven't
seen it since it came out, but I've always loved the Bridges is like all of them.
Yeah, fondness for. I mean, Jeff is.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys. He's just an '80s guy, you know.
Yeah.
Bo, I have a lot of respect for because of Stargate and My Name Is Earl.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the My Name Is Earl thing is when he also did a lot of. Didn't he do a lot of stuff with the Outer Limits?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, he might have.
I feel like he might have been like the host of the Outer Limits, or maybe he was just in an episode. But
Major Crimes, isn't he the one?
Oh no! Yeah. I'm Agent Bojack Lee Johnson.
Bojack Lee? You wanna?
Y'all wanna?
You bring us a picture of Long Island iced teas. Like a cat bear a turd on the marble floor.
Like a cat blood a turd on bubble foam.
Like a bubble tea bearing a kitty cat on a Sunday morning.
Alcohol yet, and that's what's impressive.
Thank you so much. Fabulous Baker. 1989.
Oh shit!
And it is Mitchell Pfeiffer.
Yep.
I think that's the first time I had heard of her.
I don't know what she did before that, so I don't really know. Well, I guess I know she was Grease 2.
Oh, fuck!
So I don't think that counts. Oh no, I know. It was Frankie and Johnny.
Mm.
Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts.
That is such a good movie.
All goddamn day.
I don't remember that song, but that was a good movie.
It's a Johnny Cash song, I believe.
Oh, really?
I mean, the second half of the thing I said was not in the song.
Okay.
Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts. So welcome to Pfeiffercast. What were you talking about? What
was it? Catwoman?
Was it Batgirl?
It definitely wasn't.
The recently canceled.
Because I'm so pissed off about that. I love Batgirl.
I haven't seen it, but
you can't see it.
Well,
can you? Right?
What do you mean?
Wasn't that the thing?
Yeah, they canceled it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Batwoman.
Yeah,
that's a good show.
Yeah, that's what
I've not seen the new Batwoman, the replacement Batwoman.
Well, shit, she was on an episode of Chips.
Oh, nice.
Girl.
California Highway Patrol.
That's correct. Falling in Love Again was the movie she was in 1980. 2 different episodes of Fantasy Island.
Hell yeah. There were a lot of people that were on multiple episodes of Fantasy Island and the Love Boat and shit.
She's in Scarface.
I guess there was. Oh, that makes sense. That must be why she's in Frankie and Johnny with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Or what?
Into the Night, which we also. Oh, Lady Hawk.
Oh, I totally remember. That was one of the first movies when I was a kid, and I got to rent whatever movie I wanted to from the Blockbuster, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting this Lady Hawk shit because she looks hot."
Witches of Eastwick was before Baker Boys.
Oh,
Jesus
was it?
Christ!
Wow, that's the. Oh yeah, that's the Nick whatever
Nicholson.
Nicholson one.
Nick Jackelson.
Nick Jackelson.
That's true.
Any last
requests? Oh.
Regrets?
I regret that there was any romantic goings on in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was the dumbest part to me. Which is weird because I'm normally a sucker for shit like that, but it was just
funny.
there was nothing to it. It was just oh, now you're nice and I love you.
Yeah.
And for me, I usually hate when that shit is shoehorned in, which it always feels forced to me. This time, I felt like it didn't do anything, but it didn't piss me off. It was just okay.
Well, I mean, it didn't piss me off, right? But yeah, it was just
in this garden path as half of the other plot lines in this.
I think it was less offensive to me. Well, not less offensive, but less annoying to me than the stupid deputy shit that they kept doing.
Yeah.
Although I did think it was really funny when Nicolas Cage,
deputy shit. What are you talking about?
All the guys that were deputies.
Oh.
And they kept being I'm
the
a
shop
deputy.
owners.
Yeah, the shop owners.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
But when
I was like, I love the deputies.
When he knocked the gun
Deputy
out.
Timmy was my favorite.
When he knocked the gun out and he just shoots it and he's like, someone has a gun. That was so fucking funny to me. I love shit like that when someone does something to cause a ruckus, but they're ugh, he didn't keep, it's a gun. He didn't keep it. He didn't take it. He just shoots it a bunch and then tosses it. Right. And then it's someone has a gun or there's someone shooting,
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was just my favorite really Nick Cage moments. Also when they first crash.
Ow! Oh, ow! Ooh! That hurt! Ow!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't think that would work.
Well, it's because they did it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's because they just kept doing it, and then they didn't even show his face the first 2.
Yeah.
And then he emerged with the third owl.
Yeah.
From behind the tire or whatever, and I was like, that was fucking perfect.
It was good. Yeah. Oh, and then you have the other guy. We even talked about these other guys. The other escaped cons.
Yeah. Well,
oh, that was another thing. Yeah, because that was weird. That was the I feel like that was some kind of weird Raising Arizona reference or some shit.
Okay.
Say
more.
Huh?
Why?
Well, just because of the 2 criminals coming after Nick Cage,
because the one guy looks like a second-rate John Goodman,
and they, kind of. It's a weird, but whatever. But anyway, it was still so very weird.
It was. It's just why you got to keep adding people to chase after
and
them.
also even who gives why the whole premise of the this is my robbery or whatever, and then they're gonna break out of jail because somebody else robbed a bank that they could rob easily again later.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, no. It was going to close the bank, remember?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Well, no.
Mr. Anderson.
But because...
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, but they got the money back, so the bank wouldn't close.
The church got the money.
Well, yeah, but you know that it went back to the bank.
I don't know that.
Come on now. I'm sure
You're
it did.
such a little... What?
It's paradise.
Have you ever
man.
heard of a church giving money to a bank?
Have you ever heard of a bank manager that just gives loans from a handshake?
I mean,
I've seen It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say, yeah, they like getting you in debt.
That was the Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
other tie-in, but yeah, they were, and it was just pointless. They were pointless, much like the romance thing, pointless.
I'll say that because of them, we get extra scenes with the mom, which is
that's true. Yeah, because she's hilarious.
Bring her, and they bring her to the kids, so.
Right? That does help.
And you get paydays at the end.
The paid,
I was like,
I paid for that, and then he pulls them all out, and he's like,
oh my god, that was funny. That was funny. I need to do more lie down, no kissing.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas.
But still, prom bone.
Happy.
From all of us here at
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Z and K watched the movie with RW.
I forgot it was Christmas.
Yeah, already.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Don't let the turkey bugs.
Ew.
Your
girl.
Breaking in the bank
on Christmas Eve. It doesn't seem right.
Trying to pull a heist.
Who's got the key? Raise your hand.
Oh, there's just no way to steal.
Far left as I start going, you idiot!
From people this are nice.
Why don't you come join my family for Christmas dinner?
Dinner's on the stove.
Smells good.
Wait till you see the giblet gravy.
Mom is on her way.
You guys are dumber than a box of hair.
They're out to put the money back and save this holiday.
The old prison wallet.